Hi everyone, this is Coach Robert Velhagen. This is my short presentation about punctuality. For the people that know me, if they know that if I'm one thing, I'm punctual. And this is the one thing I hear people complaining most about, that a lot of people are not punctual. So, since I'm really good at it, I just want to teach you today some little tips on how to be on time. All right, now, the first question is why would you want to be on time? The answer to that is because most people aren't. And if you want to get ahead in life, if you can just be on time, then you'll be ahead of most people. Now, here's the thing, if you want to be successful, you have to be reliable. And the primary thing about being reliable is just having a word of honor. So when you say that you're going to be somewhere on time, you have to be there on time. So if you're punctual, you're reliable. If you're reliable, people will rely on you. And if people are relying on you, that means they're giving you their trust and you will be successful. If you're not on time, then you're unreliable, right? And if you're not reliable, people won't rely on you and they won't give you their business, they won't give you their sales, they just won't give you their trust. The more successful you are, the more responsibility you're going to carry, right? And if you can't master punctuality, then how can you be responsible for more important tasks? Wherein in that first task, you've already failed. Now, this is what I've noticed. The reason why most people are late is because they try and be on time. If you have a 10 o'clock meeting, most people try and be there at 10. What you really want to do is be there 30 minutes early. If you have a 10 o'clock meeting, be there at 9:30, all right? Or even at 9:15 if you want. It's better to be an hour early and wait than to be even 1 second late. So target to be 30 minutes early. And in being 30 minutes early, that means in the meeting place. So you have to allocate realistic time for parking, a realistic time for elevator time, and for any unforeseen incidents. So if you want to be in the meeting place at 9:30, sometimes you have to arrive like at the parking at 9 o'clock. So you arrive at 9 o'clock, you go through the parking, sometimes it's hard to park, you go through the elevator, and then you're in the meeting place at 9:30. And what do you do in between? From 9:30 to 10 o'clock, you just read books, or you do your calls, or you work on your laptop. Basically, being productive all of the time. But it's key to be there at 30 minutes early. And then when you're 15 minutes away from the meeting time, then you SMS the person that you're already there. So you arrive 30 minutes early, again, allocating time for unforeseen incidents, and 15 minutes before 15 minutes before the meeting, you text the person and say, I'm already here, I'll see you in 15 minutes. Now, what do you want to avoid? This is the number one thing you want to avoid. This is the number one excuse. People say, sorry, I'm late, it was traffic. First of all, when is it never traffic, right? It's always traffic. And chances are the person that you were supposed to meet also went through the same traffic. So what you're basically telling them is that you are not responsible enough to handle your own time, right? And if you can't handle your own time, then how can you handle anything else? Especially if you're in sales or you're trying to get a person's business. If you are even 1 minute late, just consider your sale or the contract that you're trying to close, consider it gone. Because I would never do business with someone who is late. Now, what you want to say instead, if by any chance, okay, you are late, take personal responsibility and say, my apologies, I misjudged my travel time. When you're taking personal responsibility, you're showing, hey, look, it was really my fault. And when you take responsibility, you're showing that, look, it was my fault why I'm late. I'll adjust my time better in the future and I'll be on time. Never, ever, ever say I'm on my way, right? Because that's vague. I'm on my way could mean I'm about to get ready. I'll be there in 20 minutes. I'll be there in an hour. I'll be there in 10 days. Okay? I'm on my way simply means I do not respect you enough to give you a proper time, and I also am not responsible enough to know how long it'll take for me to get there. So, if you do end up running late, and this does happen, right? No matter how you prepare, how well you prepare, chances are there will be times when you will be late. Here are the rules though. You need to advise the person you're meeting 1 hour before the scheduled meeting time. If you have a 10 o'clock meeting and you know your travel time, okay, so 10 o'clock meeting, by 9 o'clock, you know if you're going to make it or not. So by 9 a.m., you need to call the person that you're supposed to meet and tell them that you're running late. Don't text them because they may not get the message. Okay, be responsible enough. Call the person that you're going to meet and tell them that you're running late and let them know exactly how late you will be. So if you're running late and you know you're going to be 30 minutes late, tell them, look, I'm running late. I had to handle some calls. I'll be there at 10:30. All right. And the critical rule is never be late for the reschedule. If you tell someone you're going to be there at 10:30, don't be late for the second reschedule. Actually, whenever I've done this, on those rare occasions where I do run late, let's say I have a 10 o'clock meeting, I'm running late. I tell them I'm going to be there at 10:15. I actually arrive at 10 o'clock. So I arrive on time for what was supposed to be the previous meeting, but it's still early for the second reschedule. Never, ever, ever be late for the second reschedule. If you're going to be extremely late, have the respect for the other person's time to tell them, look, I'm running an hour, 2 hours late. It's really up to you if you want to reschedule. Give the person the chance, no? Or instead of just waiting there, maybe they can go do something else and then come back and do what they were originally supposed to do. Okay, these are just a few tips. I do have a 2 hour lecture on this. If you're interested to learn more, then you can just send me a message, and yeah, we can teach you more uh, strategies on how to be on time. It sounds funny, right? All of this just to be on time. What's the opposite of being late? Just be on time. It's easy to say, but apparently it's very hard for a lot of people to do. So I'm more than happy to teach. All right. Thank you very much. Bye bye.